Well, good evening, everyone. Michael Soothing here. We have a rainy Oregon evening going on behind me. I thought maybe you would like to hear the rain in the background while I peruse through the newspaper a little bit and see what's in here. Of course, as usual, I'm far behind. I'm going to imbibe a tiny bit of my imported from the Philippines libation here. In case you think I'm a heavy drinker, I've been working on this bottle. Here it is to scale. See, it's not very big, right? I've been working on this bottle now for about a month, okay? So I'm not what you would call a heavy drinker. There we go. It's Manila Liqueur de Calamansi. It is 55 proof, but just a sip. I don't double dip. No one else will be having this. Can you hear the rain, guys? We went hiking today, just in time, because we got back before the rain started pouring. Tough year for infectious diseases. Ooh, I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear about any of that. Wreckage found of Hawaii tour copter. That sounds like a big drag. Let's see what island it was on. The wreckage of a helicopter carrying 7 people to one of the most rugged and remote coastlines in Hawaii. That must be Kauai, the Na Pali coast then. Was found Friday in a mountainous area on the island of Kauai. Oh yeah, I've been on that helicopter tour. It's quite scary but very spectacular. That's a drag that it went down. Steep terrain, low visibility, choppy seas and rain have complicated this search. Guess they didn't find them yet. The Oregon Ducks won, by the way, against the Wisconsin Badgers. But they won kind of ugly. Several turnovers. Wisconsin went to punt and dropped the ball. The punter dropped the ball. The Oregon Duck picked it up and ran in the other way for a touchdown. That's what's great about college ball. It can be very unpredictable. Iowa I don't want to. Disney characters. You think I'm making this up. I never make up what I'm reading to you. Disney characters say tourists are molesting them. Let's see if Donald Duck got molested. Walt Disney World employees who portray Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Donald Duck, I was right, each filed police report this month claiming they were inappropriately touched by tourists. I was nowhere near Minnie Mouse, I'm telling you right now. Okay. The woman inside the Mickey Mouse costume, I wasn't anywhere near Mickey Mouse either. The woman inside the Mickey Mouse costume went to the hospital with neck injuries caused by a grandmother patting the character's head. How hard did she pat it? Did she do it with a baseball bat or something? While the employees wearing Minnie Mouse and Donald Duck costumes were groped by tourists. I didn't touch Donald Duck either. Okay. Don't believe everything you hear. The incidents came after a 51-year... What is wrong with people? A 51-year-old man was arrested in November after an employee... Pardon me, I know it's not funny, right? Except it is. After an employee portraying a Disney princess told investigators he groped her, a boobie, they say breast here, while getting photo taken. Everyone should feel safe at work. You shouldn't feel people at work. And we encourage cast members to come forward in any uncomfortable situation. Can you hear me over this rain? Maybe it's better if you don't. Okay. Better to just hear the rain. Okay. I have the window open behind me a little bit so you can hear it. We provide multiple resources to cast members, including on-site law enforcement, etc. What else is going on? A lot of politics. You don't care about all of that. Let's see if we can find something more interesting. I think there will be something. I always like reading the Anne Landers, whatever her name is. Dear Abby, you know. See if we can find one of those. Ooh, this is a face that only a mother could love. I think that's called a boccaccia or something. Anyway, it's a rockfish. Could it be a red snapper? A rare conservation home run. Oregon coast fishery rebounds. It's getting better out there, which in turn will allow bottom trawler fishermen, sounds kind of naughty, bottom trawler fishermen to make a comeback. A rare environmental success story is unfolding in waters off the west coast. This sounds good because I'm going to go rock fishing sometime in the near future. After years of fear and uncertainty, bottom trawlers who use nets to catch rockfish, boccaccio, sole, Pacific Ocean perch, and other deep-dwelling fish are making a comeback here. Well, that sounds good. They had banned certain fishing for some time. Wow, that is some loud rain. Soak up the sunshine while it lasts, because the rain is going to pour, it says here, which it now is. Thousands of opportunities to see whale migration. Okay? That doesn't mean me driving in the car either. Get ready to find assistance spotting migrating whales, whale spouts, tails, lunges, and dives along the Oregon coast in coming days. As Oregon Parks and Recreation kicks off the annual Winter Whale Watch Week. One of my favorite places to watch whales is the local fitness club. Is Heseta Head Lighthouse. When you walk up to where the lighthouse is, you can look down, and we have spotted gray whales and also humpback whales swimming by there. Anyway, looks like they're talking about how they'll help you figure out how to spot them. Uncertainty rises over the future of the Lebanese pound. Is that something you're concerned about with your like currency trading efforts? Not too many people care about the Lebanese pound here, but who knows? Let's see what. Oh, here's Dear Abby. That's what I was looking for. Nothing like a little soap opera, newspaper soap opera. Woman ambushed by revelation of husband's affair. Somebody had an affair. Let's see what it says. I recently found out, Dear Abby, I recently found out my husband has been having a 4-year affair with a woman 24 years younger than I am. Abby, they actually thought I would agree to him taking her on as a second wife. Does the guy live in Utah or something? But, of course, I refused. They no longer see each other, but they communicate regularly by text. Why would you want 2 wives? Isn't one relationship 110% difficult already? He misses her, she misses him, and I am deeply hurt, since nothing will be the same. I am also devastated because my husband's 4 years of lies and deception, it's probably been more like 8 years, but he's just, I always loved him deeply. Can I get over this? Hurting in Washington. Listen, many are hurting in Washington, right? Dear Hurting, if you are going to get past this, notice I did not say get over this. It will take cooperation from your husband and the services of a licensed marriage and family counselor. How come a family therapist? How come Dear Abby always thinks that all problems can be solved by a licensed therapist? I think just about 0 problems are usually solved by a family therapist, but that's just my opinion. You get a chance to air your grievances and state your side, but does it really heal marriages and things? You tell me if you have a success or failure story about licensed family therapists. All right. For your marriage to be repaired and trust to be rebuilt, the affair must end. Duh. My name's not Abby, but I think that most of us could have figured that out. Let's go to the next one. Dear Abby, my son-in-law is lazy and arrogant. Sounds like she likes her son-in-law quite a bit. My daughter seems to think he walks on water. They recently had a baby, and he does nothing to help. Washing and sterilizing bottles leaves him exhausted. I don't get exhausted from doing dishes and stuff. I get exhausted if I have to walk into a shopping mall. Once I get through the front door, I immediately need a nap, or maybe a coma. Okay, I treasure my relationship with my daughter and grandson. I want them to all come over and be close, except the son-in-law. I am trying to keep my mouth shut. Yeah, I bet. But my daughter knows how I feel. Really? Oh, then I guess you didn't keep your mouth shut, did you? What am I allowed to say without alienating him. Nothing. That's what you're allowed to. Okay? He's a lazy bum, and he's gonna be a lazy bum no matter what you say. Okay. Dear Mom, in Canada. She's in Canada. If you are wise, you will keep your thoroughly chewed lip zipped. Your daughter knows how you feel, and so do I. Was it the cold hiking that made my voice hoarse? I hope that I can still soothe you, but I may end up whispering. Your daughter will come up with some phrases, da-da-da, okay, to blast her husband off the sofa. Depends on what football game is on, I would say. But anyway. Next, dear Abby, we are part of a group of 4 couples who arranged to get together for dinners. I never understood this phenomenon. Why would you want to go out with several other couples with everybody yakking at once and giving you a headache? Maybe it's just 'cause I have Asperger's syndrome and I'm not as social that way. I can relate one-on-one, like I can talk to you one at a time and enjoy that. But I don't want to walk into a room full of people and listen to everybody doing this. I get a headache from that. But anyway, back to the 4 couples. One of the couples continually invites another couple. Now we're up to 5. At the last minute, without checking with the rest of us. I think that's rude myself. But let's see what Abby said. We are hosting a dinner and planned it around 8 of us, only to find out this couple has invited another couple again. I explained to the woman I don't think it's nice to invite additional people without checking with the host. Certainly not at 10 o'clock the night before. But they don't want to leave the 5th couple out. Please help. Uninvited in Delaware. Dear Uninvited, what the woman is doing is beyond inconsiderate. Okay. The way to handle it would be to discuss with the other group members, gang up on them. Okay, she doesn't say gang up. And agree to disinvite this couple from your group. 3 strikes and they are out. Out. Okay. Abby's pretty tough on that one. Let's see what else is happening. Horrible scope. Vaccines don't always mix with compromised immune systems. Something about the shingles vaccine. Do you have a compromised immune system? I know someone who does. That would be me. Because of the non-Hodgkin lymphoma type, and not only does that wreck my immune system, but the immunotherapy drug I take weakens it even further, so I have to be so careful. I can't be around people that have colds, for example, because I can't get over the cold. If I catch one, it could be deadly. But by the way, I'm getting better. Many of you have wished me well. Thank you. 2020 is going to be a better year, for me anyway. I hope it will be for you also. Look, there's a whale of a tail. Or should I say the tail of a whale? I guess it's a continuation of that other article we were reading. The peak time for their migration roughly 30 whales pass by per hour. Wow. We're going to go check that out. You can go to Umpqua Lighthouse State Park, Shore Acres State Park, Sea Lion Cave Turnout, Cook's Chasm Turnout. I know all these places. I promised one of my subbies, if you're watching this, remind me your name again, please, in comment down below. I promised a subby that I was going to do a map video of Oregon and discuss various places I've been and what it's like there as we go through the map. And I haven't forgotten my promise. I will do that video. It's on my definite list. So I'll tell you all about some of the places. Oh no. Tree missing from Portland's smallest park. Portland has a park so small that you're going to be able to see it on this little lens. Let me show you. That's it. That round circle. Smallest park in Portland, and somebody stole the tree out of it. That little tree right there. How low can you go? A tiny stump is all that remains. That's sad. The world's smallest park, oh, not just Portland's smallest, the world's smallest, has once again lost its lone tree. Oregon Public Broadcasting reports a stump is all that remains in Portland's 2-foot wide Mills End Park. It's a 2-foot wide circle, the park. So that's a park about just about this big. I have to get back a little bit, about that big. Okay? That's the whole park. Mills End's deemed the world's smallest park by the Guinness Book of World Records drew national attention when someone swiped the park's lone sapling 6 years ago, only to drop it off back a few days later because they were racked with guilt, as well they should be. The Douglas fir was later replanted in Mount Tabor Park, but that will not be the case for this 2019 sapling, whose roots have been left in the concrete bed. That's terrible. School district pays $120,000 to settle a food allergy suit. You only have to look at this photo to know what it's about. Somebody had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The Beaverton School District agreed to pay $119,500 to settle a federal suit filed by parents, arguing that the district failed to take proper precautions to protect their 5-year-old in light of the student's allergies to nut and egg products. You know, do you find it a little strange that if you're an older person like myself, that when we were in school, there was no such thing as food allergies and gluten sensitivities and on and on and on, and all the kids ate the same stuff. Nobody had severe reactions and died, or even had severe reactions. But suddenly in today's world, everyone is a snowflake. I have to have a special diet. My 8-year-old can't eat this. Okay, I know there's a such thing as peanut allergies. Don't write me protesting comments. I know it's a real thing, but I'm just saying, it's gotten a little bit out of hand when you get $150,000 lawsuits because somebody touched a peanut someplace. All right. Oh, this is not good. Woman charged with selling heroin at church. Okay. See, I didn't make it up. Let's see. A woman arrested last week accused of dealing drugs at a church where she volunteers was caught after attempting to sell drugs to a police officer. She doesn't sound like a Mensa candidate to me. Does she to you? Sharon Eichner, 52, was arrested and charged with delivery of heroin. Heroin at church. In her jacket pockets, Eichner had 4 envelopes stapled shut with names on them and a brown powder substance believed to be tar heroin inside. When asked if the envelopes were prearranged drug deals, Eichner allegedly told police she distributes drugs for someone else, but would not give the police the name of that person. Ooh, okay. Federal laws are keeping America's marijuana away from global markets. That's, of course, in the business page. The global markets. I know this is something that's been weighing heavily on your mind. Waiting to export. It's not in color. Look at all those sticky bud marijuana plants. In a large warehouse, Live Well Enlightened Health feeds its cloned cannabis plants a custom blend of nutrients, sprays them with filtered water, and pumps extra carbon dioxide into the air, and releases 3 types of insects to clean unwanted pests without the use of toxic pesticides. Sounds like this marijuana is more pampered and well cared for than most people's children or pets. After 20 years of experience, legal marijuana growers in the U.S. have the reputation of creating the best product in the world. Well, that's good. I'm glad we're well known for something as the best in the world. Although I don't think that's the only thing. Tesla hits China milestones with a tax break, the first local Model 3. Do you think Elon Musk might be crazy? I think he's a sort of a genius idea guy who's also crazy. Speaking of dope heads, he smokes pot while giving interviews about his business, which, shall we say, is a little bit unusual for the CEO of a large tech company. A little unconventional. Look here. I can't resist. That looks like a yummy cookie, but it's actually a bowl full of dark chocolate cashews. That bang was the heater coming on, since I have the window open behind me right here, so you can hear the rain, which is starting to mellow out a little bit. Dark chocolate sea salt cashews. Do you know these are actually good for you, but only in moderation? So I promise not to eat the whole bag at one time. I'm gonna have one right now, though. It does look a little like a rabbit pellet, but I can assure you it tastes much better than a rabbit pellet. Of course, I can't guarantee that, because I've never eaten a rabbit pellet. But I think I can reasonably surmise it. Artisanally crafted oil roasted cashews sprinkled with sea salt and surrounded by rich, dark chocolate. They left out some adjectives like creamy and, whatever. What makes every bite of Surround's candy so delicious? How many calories are in a serving? Serving size 1 ounce. 5 servings in this container. 140 calories. There's things called flavonoids in chocolate that are very good for you. But you gotta pretty much eat the dark chocolate to get that. Let's see. Comfort from the cold. Single-use shopping bags banned in 2020. Do you know, this annoys the crap out of me because they're not single-use for me. I take them agate hunting and they're very handy for that. They're just the right size and they have a handle, and I don't want the big bag you buy that drags along the ground. I want these smaller ones that... Okay, I don't like any plastic in the ocean. I agree with everybody on that. There's a huge amount. I see it on the Oregon beaches, pieces of plastic. But I'm here to tell you, not as propaganda, but as the absolute truth. Look it up for yourself. None. I'm going to say again, virtually none of that plastic that's in the ocean, in the Pacific garbage patch, they call it. None of those thousands of tons of plastic being dumped in the ocean is coming from Oregonians. It's not coming from here. It's all coming from Asia, if you study. Because there are several huge rivers over there, like the Yangtze River in China, and they just dump trash into it by the ton, and it flows out to sea, and all the Pacific currents, if you ever study the currents, the Coriolis effect of the globe, unless you're a flat earther, in which case, you belong in a mental institution, but the Coriolis effect draws all of that stuff across the Pacific Ocean, and it washes up along the west coast of the USA, but almost virtually nothing is going into the ocean. From here, certainly not our, everyone who puts the trash out, it all goes into a, it all goes into a burial thing. And of course we should try to minimize it, but the single-use plastic bags are about 1/1000th of the volume of what's in there. It's insignificant, so it's a pet peeve of mine. Now they want to charge us for those paper bags that fall apart as soon as you touch them, with anything. The corner of a box, something that you bought at the store, touches the edge and it just rips open and the stuff goes all over the ground, right? Yes, we bought some of the reusable bags. Okay, we have them. So now I have to adjust. But can't I curse out the legislators? Why can't they go pass this law in China or someplace like that, and actually do some good? Because that's what would actually help, not us pretending we're doing something for the plastic problem in the ocean when we're actually not. But anyway, you didn't tune in for to hear me complaining, and one of my, what do you call them, New Year's resolutions. See, I handily forget the term because I don't want to remember it, is that I will not complain about things in the coming year. I'll embrace life because I love it all. I do. I love every moment of the day, for the most part. I get so distracted by things. This is really a handy little, look how small that is. But it's a really high quality Stanley power lock, tape measure. Just, you can just pop it into a pocket. It's not like that big bulky one, It's so handy if you just have a small size measuring job to do. Anyway, I'm gonna close off now, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was relaxing and that you don't mind the rain in the background, and don't ASMR and drive. Till next time, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.